Hey, what's up, everybody? BDL44 coming at you with another video. All right, so Bogdanovic re-signed. Well, he signed an extension with the Hawks, 4 years, 68 mil, and I'm trying my best to assess it. For them, I don't really like it, but for maybe someone else, if they decide to trade that contract, it could be fine. But for them, the problem that I've had with his role is that they just don't have consistent looks for him. He can have really, really good nights and he can have really, really bad nights, and it's not necessarily his fault just because he'll get so many different types of looks from night to night based on how they use Trae Young and DeJounte Murray and so many other players that need their shots on his roster. He's a player who probably needs more volume. Um, if he were in a situation where he was the designated shooter, or maybe a player um, who could start and kind of have more of a focus, sort of like maybe the Malik Beasley role in LA, um, that would kind of be better for him. Because to me, it just seems like he's not getting enough consistent looks. Sort of like I used to say about Kyle Kuzma on the Lakers. It's just one night he might have 15 attempts, the next night it might be 7. You know, it's all over the place. And I think for him, it's even worse because of how the Hawks play. So he's been in the system for a while, so it's not like there's any adjustment or any change. As far as for himself, this is pretty much the salary he was already making. He had an $18 million extension that he declined. This basically puts him at 17 per year for 4 years. I didn't realize he was already 32 years of age. Somebody said that. I didn't check it though, but they said that this would be his 36th year that he would be maxed out. Well, not maxed out, but taken care of for. So I was kind of confused by that because I know he wasn't drafted too long ago, but maybe he was an older rookie. Didn't matter. He's a really good player, man. I know he's good. So as far as that contract, I wouldn't be too worried about it. But for the Hawks, the question is it really good for them? I don't know. Especially since he's had some injury issues. I just don't think that he's really the piece that I need to lock up. If I got Trae Young on the roster, who's going to get a million shots, and then we got to figure out DeJounte Murray in that situation. And you got to understand they got so many other players that are developing too. What are they going to do with Griffin? You know, what's going to happen there? What's going to happen with some of the other guys? So for me, it's just the Hawks have got a kind of good thing going as it pertains to the contracts because everybody's pretty much aligned for the same amount of years. So that's a very convenient thing for them. They can pretty much see themselves having a free agency, freedom type of season maybe 4 years from now or 3 years from now, where they'll just have everything come off the books and they can completely reset or re-sign people at prices they appreciate or what have you. But for me, it's just they're kind of in no man's land. That's my thing about the Hawks. You've given away so many picks to get DeJounte Murray. He's playing good. He's really, really fantastic of a star player, but are you a good enough team to ever see yourself really rising to the top of the Eastern Conference? And I don't see that with what they have. Now, if they're planning on moving one of those 2 point guards and getting something back for them that makes a lot of sense, maybe with Bogdanovic and Hunter and some of these other shooters on the team, they can make a push. But right now, I just don't think they have it. They got to do something there. But they have a plenty of talent. That's the thing. They have plenty. But they just have to find a way to make the pieces that they have make sense, and to also not let so much young talent leave their organization without being developed properly. That's kind of a thing that they have going on. Sharif Cooper is a guy who's still not in the league. I thought he had a fantastic opportunity to really do something, but not with their team based on how they're constructed. So he's been tearing it up in the G League, by the way. Hopefully, you can get him a chance to play in the big leagues very soon. But nevertheless, it's just the point. That's the type of thing where you say, okay, if they would have turned him into something themselves, with his talent level, you maybe be able to see him be traded for something and that they can retain value for. But that kind of thing is just happening. You wonder if that's going to happen with AJ Griffin. You wonder if that's going to happen with some of the other players on the team as well, as I've said. So, the Hawks are still trying to figure it out. And I don't know that they didn't find themselves in a position where they may have not necessarily picked up the right contract for themselves. But again, it's tradable in my opinion. It's so long as he doesn't get hurt, But he's a good enough player to where if he doesn't run into father time at 30, I don't think he's 36. I have to check that. But they said that at this point he's 32 or 31, and that would be ending at his 36 years. So to me, it's like you want him on contract at that year, at that price. If he's still playing at this level, of course, you know what I mean. But if he starts to decline or if something goes wrong, you have him on for a potentially bad contract. So yeah, it's a moderate risk. I don't think it's that big a deal, to be completely honest with you. But my thing is just, are they putting together the right pieces? Does it really get them over the top? Because they're spending enough money to where you want to make sure that what you have does. So that's pretty much my thought on it, man. Congratulations to him, of course, getting his money and solidifying his space. Like I said, I think he's been sacrificing a lot of what he could show the NBA he could do, to be in this situation with the Hawks. So he's being paid pretty well for it, and hopefully that role can kind of evolve for him somehow. So that's what I got to say. Video 44. Thank you all for watching. Out.